Before we start our panel, we're going to have a short introduction on the curriculum. Anna Lee is going to speak to us about this. She is, I don't have this information. Yeah.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Anna Lee. I'm a parent and also a sexual health educator. So here I wanted to set up a background about the whole new curriculum. So I'm wondering how many people here read the real curriculum and not the interpretation that was out there. So good. Yeah, a lot of you guys have read it. So do you know what is the rationale behind the changes? Okay, so how the curriculum is being used. And to begin with, I want to show you what is out there in our society. So April 14, 2015, Waterloo Region kids involved in a child porn investigation. Students as young as 12 and 13 being investigated for alleged making, distributing nude photos. And experts said it is more common than you can think. And then April 15, child pornography investigation launched at Kitchener Elementary School. Chocolate bars in exchange for nude selfies. Several schools are involved in the investigation. So, September 25, Toronto, a massive child pornography investigation in Ontario rescued 14 underage victims of sexual abuse. Okay, so I've been teaching and supporting teachers in teaching puberty program for the last 14 years. I'm also teaching parents how to respond to children's sexuality questions, how to embracing their own cultural values while they are talking to their kids about sex. So for puberty classes in the curriculum, what I mean the old one, okay, there are about 5 lessons, but however, most of the time the program is done in 3 lessons. At the first one, I asked the student to write a question about puberty. I collect all the questions and based on what they asked to develop the lesson plan. So, which also gave me an idea where the students are in terms of sexual knowledge, because it's different from school to school. The first lesson is about general puberty changes. And also, depending on the teacher's decision, the second one usually is separated into boy and girl classes. The third lesson is about inappropriate touch, how to say no to unwanted touch, about respect, which includes respecting people's differences. Sometimes we will also add internet safety, which is not in the old curriculum, but it is a request by teachers to address this common issue for the last couple of years. Then answering the question I collected at the first session. What are the questions? Here are some of the common ones. You can look at it. You know what? I can tell you, nothing new under the sun after teaching so many classes in so many years. They know way more than you can imagine, thanks to the internet and the social media. How many of you have read the old curriculum? Good. A couple of hands. Very good. There are not a lot of differences if you compare. There's not a lot of differences compared to the new one. So, the curriculum is a guide to help teachers to teach puberty and other sexual health knowledge in order to help our children to make positive choices and keep them safe. The new curriculum helps to prepare teachers to respond to questions. There are guidelines so that all students receive the same message. Talking about masturbation is not new. Children of all ages touch themselves for pleasure. At the age of 6 and up, they won't do it in front of you. A lot of the questions about masturbation and sexual activities they learn from friends and social media. Some of them told me that they won't ask their parents as they know it is a taboo. I would like to clarify a few of the misunderstandings in the new curriculum. In grade 1, it's learning about body parts, including correct terms of genitalia. Honestly, I taught my kids when they were 2.5. They know all the body parts. In grade 3, about diversity in families. Diversity in families. It is a fact that your children's friend may have same-sex parents, single parents, or adopted parents. Some interpret it as promoting homosexuality, and that is totally incorrect. In grade 4 and 6, puberty classes moved to grade 4. It's because children entering puberty earlier. Content is almost the same as the old one. Which is new is what about about social inclusion. In grade 6, about stereotypes such as homophobia and assumption regarding gender roles. It is again talking about respecting each other. Respect others in a different with a different sexual orientation, different gender identity. What's wrong about that? Again, it is an understanding of the different family types many of us never encountered when we were young. It is more of a parents' issue. Students also learn about online safety, which is also new, not even in the old curriculum. Grade 7 and 8, the sexually transmitted infection and birth control are the same in the old curriculum. How can you talk about sexually transmitted infection without talking about how to get it? Remember, sexual activities questions are already asked in grade 5 and 6 classes. We are giving factual information like understanding what is STI and birth control. Sexual activities like oral, vaginal, or anal sex is only mentioned if there is a question coming up. It is interpreted as teaching them how to do it, and this is totally incorrect. What is new in the new curriculum is abstinence. Emphasis on abstinence is the best way to prevent STI and pregnancy and unnecessary stress created by having sex too early. About building healthy relationship, about consent, the skill to say no. Also talking about family values and religious beliefs that influence how you think about sexual activity. Here is the room for parents to talk about their cultural or religious values. How to do it? For example, about sex. What you can say is that you tell your child, we respect what other people's decision, but with our religion or our cultural value, we prefer students to understand gender identity and help them with our own religion, and then we prefer to have sex after getting married. Or you choose what you teach your children. Between school and family, we help students to understand gender identity and help them to understand positive self-concept. Well, homosexuality is not new in the classroom either. It has been talked about in the last couple of years. There are students out there with different sexual orientation. There are students out there not fit with their gender identity. We are teaching students to respect people's differences. Everyone in our diverse society has the right to be respected. Students feel comfortable knowing their peers have same-sex parents and their teachers or principal are in same-sex relationship. It is only the parent, that's us, who have a hard time accepting it. It is also the reason students don't talk about it with their parents. Our children grow up in a different world and they are in touch with the society way more than their parents. At the same time, they understand what they can share and what they can't. Isolate your children from the rest of the world is not the solution, and it's going to put your child at risk and be the target of bullying. Okay, another very important issue that is happening for the last couple of years is about sexting. Remember the news clips that I showed at the very beginning? Well, do you have any idea what is that? Well, you may say that my child never do that. There is always something new for us to learn. Okay, look at it. I don't know whether you know, I know it. I use this all the time, laugh out loud, right? But what about this? Do you know what is that? GNOC, get naked on camera. POS, parent over shoulder, oral sex. PIR, parent in room. GYPO, get your pants off. Where I learned this, the kids taught me. That's why I learned. Actually, there's about over 20 something. I can't even put all of them up. All right. To conclude, this is a very responsible curriculum. It responds to the reality of the society. It is designed to tackle the harm that created by the social media and give knowledge to protect the student from harassment, bullying, and teaching students to respect each other. It is also a curriculum that invites partnership with the parents to provide healthy growth and development to our children. Please remember, the curriculum is developed for the whole Ontario. It provides factual and accurate and up-to-date information. For family values, cultural and religious value should be coming from parents. There is no way the curriculum can cover in such a diverse society. Build an open communication with your children. Hear what their lives are in school. Respect other people's practice and tell them your family values. I understand you may not believe me, but children who receive proper sex education actually delay their first sex and have the ability to negotiate safer sex. Ask yourself, is this the fear and the unknown that make we as parents uncomfortable? I also work in sexual health clinic. The clients are getting younger and more from different cultural groups. The new curriculum didn't kill children's innocence. If you want to blame the media, the social media, we need to use knowledge to protect our children. Your children and those who have a different sexual orientation and gender identity. Accept it is your responsibility to provide family values. We are looking for collaboration, not confrontation, to raise a healthy and happy next generation. Thank you. My name is Angeli. I'm a head friend of Ali. I'm coming to support Anna because I'm an educator. I am the one to just, show you what we are doing out there.
Thank you. Counselor, you sit at couple hands. Really hands.
I can just ask how many of us study in 1988 version? You mentioned in your slides that the abstinence is a new concept introduced in the new curriculum. That's not true. The old one, I already saw abstinence.
Yeah, but not as detailed. Not as
Sorry,
Okay.
please, excuse me, let's make the presentation. If you have a question, direct them to me, and then we can answer it, okay? So let's move forward. If there's misunderstanding or wrong information, thank you very much for clarifying that, and we'll get the proper answer. So thank you.
I'm going to present some of the York Region Public Health Sexual Health Program statistics. So, the sexual health program mandate for York Region is about the sexual health clinic service are mandated by the Ontario Ministry of Health and Long-Term Care in the Ontario Public Health Standard. So the overall goal of the program is to prevent adolescent pregnancy, reduce the incidence and spread of sexually transmitted infection and blood-borne infection. So there's a total of 3,849 clients visit the sexual health clinic in 2014. And look at this one. Now, all this is a statistic, but remember, the number of cases is per 100,000 capita, but we have 800,000 people in your region, so everything times 10. So that's,
Actually, we
Yeah.
have 1 million people.
1 million. So it's not really just 160. So you understand that's what happened in the York region only, okay?
We